of when I supreme. Let my whole life be expressions of your grace. Yes, of when I supreme. Let my whole life be expressions of your grace. We cry, oh Father, hallowed be your name. Hallowed be your name. Hallowed be your name. We cry, oh Father, hallowed be your name. Hallowed be your name. Hallowed be your name.
So dear God, dear my Father, can we talk? See, I have questions about my masculinity. And I can't ask these questions in any other vicinity because just the mere thought of people's perception about how a man should really be tends to limit me. It's killing me. So I prefer to ask you who formed man from dust and breathed into him, and man became a living being, man became a living soul. So I prefer to ask you, who is man that you are mindful of him? No, I mean, who is man and what is your mindful of for him? And so God, I know the term man is generic, means male and female. And I also know that you are a spirit, I'm a spirit too. And I know that you are not man that you should die, neither the son of man that you should be bent. But Lord, for the sake of this poem, let's talk man to man. How manly do I need to be the man after your heart? Because those that have been after my heart have broken it so many times that I have now become an ambassador for the Heartbreakers Association. So how can I be a man after your heart when it seems to me like I am the man breaking your heart? You say men ought always to pray and not to faint, but the faint must always be constantly unconscious. And men are supposed to be strong, but Lord, my flesh is weak. Does that make me less of a man? Speaking of strong men, God, how do I deal with lust? Because the last thing I want is to become another Samson. As it looks to me, it seems like I'm lost in the labyrinth of lust, and the last thing I want to be is to become another Samson. A man in whom angels came to announce his birth. Angels told his parents about what to do when he was born. A man in whom the Spirit of the Lord will come upon, and then he will break the jugular. He will open the mouth of the lion, and a man who will slay the enemies of his family, yet a man who became prey to a slave mama, a baddie. You know, most times we talk about Samson and we forget about Delilah. Imagine how curvy she must have been to make an anointed man sin. I said most times we talk about Samson and forget Delilah. Imagine how curvy she must have been to make an anointed man sin. And so the strongest man in his generation, the man in whom the destiny of the whole nation rests upon his shoulders, laid his head on Delilah's lap. And in just a few moments, the source of his strength was cut. His crown was taken. He became a clown. God, like Daniel's mother said, I don't want to give my strength to women, to alcohol, to tramadol, 225, dragon, or the things that destroy kings. So Lord, help me. Help me. It's true that something was kill a man, but I want to live for you so much that I die for you. So God, help me. How do I become a man in this generation of boys? Father, help me. Teach me to become a son. How do I become a man in this generation where they say men has come? In this generation where women want to be men, where women strive to be independent and the men are in the poor out of the poor, inconsistent. Speaking of inconsistency, I try to hit the gym, but I still can't work out my own salvation with fear and trembling. No wonder why I work out for the people when they need me the most. But God, please help me. How do I use this dominion that you have given to me without being abusive? And how am I expected to love when these ladies are not submissive? So Lord, help me. It's a conversation. And the Lord speaks. The Lord says, I am the right one you should ask about a man because I am the inventor of the concept of a man. It says, I am the manufacturer of man. And the reason why you don't know how to be a man is because you have forgotten what it takes to be a man. Being a provider doesn't make you a man. Absorbing the pressures of the world without saying a word, dying in silence does not make you a man. Having big chest, broad muscles, big muscles, mustache and beard does not make you a man. I said, what? And he said, let me show you what it means to be a man. And so I leaned forward and the Lord said, in the very first speech, when I discussed the concept of man, I told myself the Godhead and I told the host of angelic inventors that were there, I said, let us make man in our image. So to be a man is to be in my image. So ask yourself if you feel that. And after my likeness, yet you like less and less of me. So how do you want to be like me? It is purpose that makes you a man, God said, not the opinion of others. It is the manufacturer that makes a shoe to be a shoe. And if you think a shoe is a watch, then your brain must have an issue. See, when I wanted to create the trees, I spoke to the earth. When I wanted to create the fish, I spoke to the water. But when I wanted to create man, I spoke to myself. I called him out from myself to myself for myself. So when you take the tree from the earth, it dies. When you take the fish from the water, it dies. So a man disconnected from me will naturally die. So the Lord said unto me, you have to discipline yourself. You are born a male, but you grow to become a man. I said, what? God said you are born a male, but you grow to become a man. So start taking responsibility of your actions. And I got peace and I said, God, it's because you are there in heaven. You don't understand how tempting it is to be a man in this earth. And God said, I, God, became man. And I became the best man that humanity has ever seen, the best man that humanity will ever see. Because the issue is not about the generation. The issue is not about distance or the different world you are in. The issue is men have lost their blueprints and men are building blindly. Men have lost their blueprints and men are building blindly. Then the Lord said, follow me. And I'll first make you to be a better man. Then make you to be fishers of men. God said, follow me. I'll first make you to be a better man. Then be a fisher of men. So if you're a man, you listen to this point, ask God, say, God, make me a better man. Because when God sought for a man, there are many male available, but none was prepared. There was no man prepared. If you have to be that man in your generation, say, Lord, help me. Abba, teach me to be a man. Teach me to be an ideal man. Teach me to be a man.